Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about the release date of GTA 6. So there's been so many theories floating around online, and the truth of the matter is we don't know, but there are some clues out there that can make us believe one way or another that might point to certain dates that are most likely. But before we get into today's video, I'm trying to grow the channel, so if you do enjoy the video at any point, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you all for the support I've had so far. The channel has literally doubled in size in 3 weeks, which is crazy, so thank you all so much for your support. So the first thing we're going to look at is just some articles that have appeared online, and so many people are speculating so many different release dates throughout 2025. There's reasons for a lot of them, but there's some that I think we can totally discount. So this article here actually refers to some dates in it. So Reddit user Alien UFO 51 shared a full list of dates reckoning the next trailer would debut on the 19th of April this year. It went on to say that the game's release date will be the 7th of February 2025, shortly followed by GTA Online's release date of 11th of April 2025. And this is the list that's referred to in that article. And some things I want to point out about this: a second trailer coming on the April 19th 2024 is actually kind of likely. Now I know a lot of people have the natural born pessimist inside them, and so do I sometimes. And a lot of people are saying we're not going to see the next trailer until like November this year. I don't believe that's going to be the case. Now the reason why I think this is that when GTA 5 was released, social media wasn't as important as it is today. And before anyone tries to argue with me in the comments, I was in my late teens when GTA 5 was released, and social media was everything to me. I was on it all the time, and even though social media was in its kind of infancy there, you know, Instagram really wasn't a main platform for a lot of people. TikTok wasn't even a thing then, but the power of social media wasn't that integral to a brand's success. So all of the GTA 5 trailers kind of went out to a fringe group of people that were really looking for it. There wasn't really necessarily any strong algorithms that pushed this sort of content and trailer content and advertisements towards people in the same way we see today. But also, with supply of social media and the reach social media can have, also comes the demand. These social media platforms have got us in a position where we're constantly demanding more from these providers, whether it be Rockstar, whether it be EA, whether it be any other games developer. And I really do feel like Rockstar will use this to the best of their ability. So rather than getting 3 trailers in the lead up to GTA 6, I actually think we'll end up getting 3 main trailers plus micro content. So small reels, shorts, all of that sort of stuff. Very small content that comes after maybe the second trailer, between the second and the third, or maybe after the third trailer, between the third trailer and release. That's even if they go for 3 trailers, they could go for more. But let's assume for now that they're just going to have Trailer 1, Trailer 2 and Trailer 3. I think we'll actually end up getting the second trailer between like April and June sort of time. And I think the third trailer, I don't think it will be August. I'm theorising September, and the reason why I'm thinking that is that Rockstar knows the power of real world interaction and people talking about stuff. If Rockstar released that gameplay trailer just as everyone's going back to school in sort of September sort of time, that's going to cause a whole wave of people talking about it with their friends, and that creates a fear of missing out. This is actually one of the main reasons that games developers release games mid to late September. A big reason for it is because they know that people are all coming together, and it's a communal aspect that they will talk about. And if you've got 5 people in a friend group talking about something and 5 people that don't know what it is, those 5 people are going to look into it to know what it's about. And I know it sounds like such a stretch and such a loose point, but that is genuinely how nitty gritty this sort of marketing gets. In my research for the GTA 6 documentary I made, I actually spoke to some games developers that work for some quite big gaming companies, and they resonated quite well with this point. One of the things I noticed that when I was talking to them and I was interviewing them and asking them some questions about some of this stuff, the one thing that kept coming up is timing, and how timing is so key to the success of a game. Now I know that this game is going to be successful regardless what happens, but if they can do one little decision that increases sales by 0.5%, and this game is expected to make between like $6 to $8 billion, that 0.5% is a lot of money. That 0.5% keeps a lot of Rockstar's workforce in work for a year. So I think the third trailer, the gameplay trailer, will be arriving with this in about September sort of time. And I also think that this gameplay trailer will also come with a pre-order or some sort of way that we can give Rockstar money to secure the game in advance, and maybe that gives us some additional perks when the game finally comes out. And then of course here in this post here, it says that the game is going to release to PS5 and Xbox Series X/S in February the 7th, 2025. Now this is the bit that I really kind of tend to disagree with. And my reason for thinking this is due to my past work experience. So some of you may know, in the past I've worked with YouTubers and brands, helping everything from the content strategy to the brand deals. And the big thing that we've learned is from January to February, there's no point in spending too much money in marketing because people barely have any disposable income after Christmas. Usually the first paycheck that people get in January is usually to recover from Christmas, and then in February is the first time they're actually back on top of their finances, and people usually aren't likely to spend a lot amount of money. especially at the start of the month. I think realistically speaking, we're expecting to see the game being launched in April 2025. And the main reason I say that is firstly that lines up with some of the financial figures that have been thrown around by Take-Two Interactive, as well as some analysts in the industry like Jason Schreier, but also this would coincide with when GTA 4 was released. Now of course, this doesn't mean that they're going to release it in April because GTA 4 was released in April, but usually to release a game in April means that you're starting it at the start of the financial year. So you're getting the whole of April and you're getting the next 12 months to improve the financial figures for the business for the whole year. That's why a large amount of companies do a significant amount of spending at the end of March to invest for the year ahead, which is April to March of the next year, to make their figures for the following year look better. Now, like I've said in previous videos, I'm not saying that this is 100% going to be the case and the way it's going to work. All I'm doing is taking the information we've got available and trying to draw some sort of logical conclusion to the information we have and what we might expect to see. The next thing I want to mention is there's no mention here of the PS5 Pro, and the PS5 Pro has been theorised to come out in about November this year is when we might start to see the first announcements / release. We're not too sure on the details yet, but I really do think that there will be some sort of release plan in this system here for the PS5 Pro, because the PS5 Pro will offer the most amount of performance out of GTA 6. So I think the PS5 Pro is going to be a big part of the launch strategy for Rockstar Games and of course with Sony as well. However, there is a chance that we might not even get the PS5 Pro at all, and that's a whole video in itself, so that will be my video that comes out tomorrow. Now, a lot of the comments here on Reddit are saying that there's no source and it's a trust me bro thing. Now, in my opinion, these dates are a little bit off either way, and that's why I don't really give them too much trust, but it's a good talking point for me to explain Trailer 1, Trailer 2, Trailer 3 and release date. Now the final theory I want to talk about is that some people are saying that we're going to expect to see the game at the end of 2025, in September 2025. I'm not too sure this will be the case because for GTA 5, when that launched, microtransactions for a Rockstar game weren't a thing. Like, that wasn't a part of their business plan for the next 5-10 years. Their biggest focus was selling the physical game itself. If they launch the game in, let's say, April 2025, they'll get the initial burst of sales of people buying the game, but also they've then got like 6 months of people having disposable income to actually pay for microtransactions on the game. And now it's worth noting here, most people that pay for microtransactions on GTA Online and other games for that matter don't just spend like $5 a month on it. Most people that pay for microtransactions will usually pay a lot more over a shorter period of time. And disposable income, especially with the world's economy the way it is at the moment, especially for the US, the UK and Australia, which are big markets for Rockstar Games, the current financial situation in those countries is an absolute mess. And I'm saying this as someone that lives in the UK, our financial system is absolutely ruined. People have less disposable income than they've had since 2008. So dropping a game a couple of months before Christmas will really affect those first 12 months of figures from April to April. That's why it makes sense if they drop it in April 2025. So they've got a full 12 months of turnover for their figures. So to conclude, I think second trailer's coming around May sort of time. I think the third trailer will be in September, and I think the game will be released in April 2025. I also have one more hot take, which many people may disagree with, and that's absolutely fine. But I don't think that we're going to get GTA Online a couple of weeks after the game launches. I think we're realistically going to get it a month after it launches. Now, the reason why it was delayed when GTA 5 came out is for two good reasons. Firstly, it just wasn't ready yet, but secondly, and this is actually a more calculated decision that Rockstar made, they wanted people to play the game and get used to the map, get used to the characters, get used to the gunplay, get used to everything within the game before they just started letting a load of people wild online. Now with Grand Theft Auto 6 being a hell of a lot more complicated, everything from the game engine to the physics to the map to everything, I think that they will leave it a little bit longer before releasing GTA Online, maybe up to a month, but once again, this is speculation and I don't know. This is just theories based on the information we have available. Thank you all for watching today's video, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.